Hello everybody and welcome, it's VeDAN here. So glad that you can tune into another video. Today I'm going to show you how to easily make 55,000 for this new boss event. Okay, this map is not the easiest in the sense that it's actually really easy, but with easy and long maps comes the chance to get a huge penalty, okay? You don't want to accrue such a huge time. So what we've done is, same setup as last time, pretty much. We're going to put a dart monkey down, free dart monkey, then we're placing a Ben in the bottom right-hand corner, and now we're going to get a boomerang at the end of round 3 to start round 4, because we will get a cluster of blue balloons, and we're going to set it on last, okay? So this is the placements I've gone for. It can look a bit scary sometimes, but we're going to be absolutely fine. We're going to follow the exact same strategy pretty much as our previous video on Dark Castle. What's interesting is the fact that we're going to be, 5,000 short. The reason for that is the fact that we're not going to have favoured trades, okay? We're not going to be able to sell and get as much back. So it kind of highlights just how worthwhile favoured trades is. So obviously, since we can't have it, we're going to be a little bit short. But don't worry, as long as you're making over 50,000 for the tier 1, you're going to be in a great position. Okay, so now we're going to get down our first farm, our discounted farm, at the start of round 8 or the very end of round 7. And we're going to upgrade it to a 200. We're going for 2 200s, 1 202, 1 220, and then we're going to sell the 202 and get a 230 bank. Exact same as last video. It sounds confusing, but I promise, just get it ingrained in your system, okay? And then you won't even have to think about it. Now, I do make one little mistake in this video. Well, I suppose if you want to compare it to an optimal strategy, there's quite a few mistakes. But a tiny little mistake to note, I'll say it a bit in advance, is, hang on, let me just also say this, that round 10, when you see these cluster of blues right now, use the ability, okay? And use it quite late so that hopefully it kills most of the yellow balloons. Now, the little mistake that I make is that I get my bank as the expensive farm. What I mean by that is the second farm that we place down is no longer under discount. The first one is. What you really want is the discounted farm. That's the one that you want to upgrade, okay, to go and get your bank, because you're going to end up selling the one that's discounted for less money, okay? So it's a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing to keep note of. It won't make a huge difference, I promise. And if you don't understand it, don't worry too much. Basically, you want to try and get the bank as quick as possible, and usually that means selling the one that costs a little bit more. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going to build two 200s, and I'm keeping it slow here for a multitude of reasons. One, so I can upgrade as quick as possible and not lose out on any of the plus 20s. Two, because we may need defense. But if you hold it off right, you can get your submarine down on round 14, which is always the goal, okay? This is always the strategy. It's dart, boomer, and then sub on round 14. But it can get a little bit close on this map. So maybe, just keep it on slow speed. And if you need to, use Ben's ability carefully, okay? I'm not going to tell you exactly when to use Ben's ability. But as you can see, on round 14, I used it pretty much as soon as the yellows started getting their way through. Because I don't want to have to deal with yellows. I feel like we could easily get overwhelmed because we've not got that much defense as of now, okay? So notice that I'm just going now for a 220. We always get this one first. We want valuable bananas as quickly as possible. Then we get the other one to 202. Exact same as normal. What are your guys' thoughts on this map, by the way? Because I thought it was very interesting, and I have just used Ben's ability there again. I thought it's very interesting that spikes have made a return. But on this map, there's not really anywhere good to place them. I think on on tile 13, on square number 13, there is some water there, so you could potentially go and put a ice monkey down and then put a spike on it. Okay, notice that I upgraded the boomerang to 101 just to be extremely safe. You don't need to do that, but like I said, I want this to be as least stressful as possible, so we've gone for it. And now we need to get, because I've got the wrong farm, instead of 1,385, I need about 1,485, okay? So that's a little caveat, but don't worry too much. Just basically wait until you've got, nearly 1,500, and then you're sorted. There's our bank, round 18. A little bit delayed, but it's absolutely fine. That's perfect. Round 18 is really the latest you want to get it using Ben, okay? Geraldo, obviously, it's going to be later. But with Ben, round 18 is pretty much as late as you want to get it. And I'm using the ability on this cluster of greens. I would highly recommend it. Like I said, this is my first run on it, so I'm sorry that it may not be perfect, but it goes okay. And now I've also just upgraded the boomerang to red hot ranks, so I can basically just have a bit less stress, okay? I don't want to be exiting the game, micro in the targeting position and all of that. I want to be able to get through this with not being too stressed. But it's not the most fun, I will say this. It's going to really interest me, actually, when I go for my under 2 minute run, and I post the solution to that, what kind of strategy I'm going to use. I think the best bet for tier 1 is 2 first strikes in the discount water, and then get a mob eliminator and a couple mob assassins. So do also please make sure that when you place down the submarine, okay, make sure you leave enough place for 2 in that discounted water section, because obviously, you know, we want to get 2 first strikes to insta-kill the first bar of health, right, where it's immune to primary. Okay, things are getting a little bit close here, but our submarine RNG is doing quite good. So that's the annoying thing, it's RNG dependent. Now what I've done is I've built another farm to 100, and I'm going to start getting an Alchemist, okay? We can't quite build it to 200 just because we'll be a bit short potentially. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get a 100 just in case. Because this is my thought process and it went a tiny bit wrong. I was thinking in my head, please make sure as well you get the dart to 002 for round 24. If that camo bloom was to leak through, you'd get a huge penalty. But my thought process was, well, Dreadbloon, we get our leads originally on 26. So I was really hoping to get lead to gold on 26. But I do slightly mess up. But that's absolutely fine. We get it on 28. We're still in a perfect position. So if you do want to really optimize it, you could absolutely get it on round 26. Now, also, I would highly recommend when you see these purple balloons, use Ben's ability. Okay, so as you can see, there's quite a lot of Ben's ability going down. It's a bit awkward. It's just something I always find very interesting. You know, Dark Castle was way easier than this. You know, Logs was even quite a tough one, right? Because as soon as anything gets through, you just, you know, you're not in a good position. Okay, so here come the leads. Luckily, we're going to destroy them and the boomerang will pick them off. So that's a good way to get no penalty at least. If you were not to have this Alchemist and you're just relying on the boomerang in the position that it is in, you could very easily get a penalty. Okay, so don't do that. Now I'm going to get my lead to gold. Everything's set up now and we can start worrying about upgrading this farm. To make sure that we get that to a 200. I'm using the ability there. I didn't need to, but I just wanted to. I upgraded the farm a little bit late, but we don't need to worry. And then we're going to get an easy... How much do we get this round? Is it... Yeah, we get an easy 300 on that round from the Alchemist. I'd love to see an Alchemist money counter, just so we could see how good it actually is. Now I'm going to place down another farm. And I think you guys know where we're going with this. At the end of this round, we will collect from the bank. It should be fully maxed out if everything's gone to plan. So let's go and have a look. 9,500. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a discount village that encompasses both of these farms. Okay, make sure it encompasses both of these farms. So you need to see them... Sorry, one more thing. I thought, you know what? I love the balloon trap, so I'm going to build this straight away. And you can fit it on this square. Okay, so make sure you get a balloon trap and then target it just at the very tip of it, so that it's outside its action or fire site, so that you're not going to lose anything there. And I actually changed up here. I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to go for a discount village because I was thinking the placements may be a bit too awkward for farms. Instead, I literally just upgraded it to marketplaces with no discount villages. That's probably not the most efficient way. Well, it certainly isn't. But my idea was to be able to fit loads of farms. I wasn't quite sure what was going to be the best way to do it. So all we're going to do now, we're nearly fully set up, is to just keep our eye on the balloon trap, and we're going to earn some good money. Now, for round 32, be prepared at the end of this round to place another 002 dart on the top tile, because round 33 is obviously an all camo wave, and we don't want to get a penalty. I do believe this would be better than getting a crossbow. Maybe a crossbow is better, but I'm not sure. But I'm just going to get a discount, enhanced eyesight. These two should do absolutely fine. And now we're going to go and build another farm, okay? And we're going to get straight the bottom path, and we're going to get longer life and valuable bananas, and then we're going to get a marketplace. Okay, so the goal is, if we can build 5 farms in total, let the bank keep accumulating money and not accumulate any time penalties. So as you can see, the 2 Dark Monkeys did a great job there. Okay, so now it's going to be all reliant on our Alchemist and Bloon Trap. Really, we don't even need the Alchemist too much. If you wanted to be really try hard, you just get the Bloon Trap to take in all the leads as well. But I wanted an easy run for you guys. So, you know, this is more for the beginner, intermediate players rather than advanced ones. But I may do an advanced strategy soon of how you can get 60,000, but it is a lot harder, okay? Now I'm going to sell these monkeys. This is to be super safe. I'm going to build a wall of fire and get monkey sense with it as well. This is just so that any nasty little camos that get through, I should absolutely be fine to handle them, because I just didn't want to get penalties, and I knew that I thought this was quite a good option. Also, I like having the wizard down for when the hard rock balloons spawn that Dreadbloon gives us. So I think this is a nice little safe bet. Okay, so as you can see, the wall of fire just annihilates them, and I'm working on getting my next marketplace. And we can get it. Just make sure that you always deploy the engineers, Bloon Trap as frequently as you can, and then you're going to be earning a good amount of money. So it's going to be very interesting actually to see just how much we earn from our engineer monkey, and it's going to prove to you that he's highly worthwhile getting. Okay, if you can get him down, please do, because I think he earns I actually think he earns probably nearly 12,000 here, which is quite ridiculous, right? In just about 10 rounds, 12,000. Early game, that's a huge, huge difference, okay? Like I said, what's really annoying is we can't put favour trades really anywhere that's worthwhile. So that's why it's not going to be as good as last week, okay? But this idea is pretty much exactly the same. If you wanted to be really optimal, you could actually get free banks. That's a really good one to do. Now, I just redeployed the sentry there because I wanted to see the Alchemist get a few plus 50s. This is a bit scary when you get these balloons, but luckily we've got our wall of fire there, and we've got Ben's ability, okay? Look at this, 13,000 we saved up. Look at that, Engineer Monkey, 11.5k. That's amazing, okay? That is a huge, huge bonus. So now let's sell everything and see how much we're left with. Obviously, like I said, by now you should have upgraded 2 first strikes, but just to see roughly where we're at, with a highly unoptimal strategy, but an easy one, we're at pretty much 55,000 roughly, okay? Remember that Bloon Trap's going to accumulate some pops as well. So, yeah, this is a really easy strategy, and it allows you to then go and smash tier 1. Like I said, we can afford an Avatar of Wrath if that's what floats your boat, but I think 2 first strikes followed by Mob Eliminator would be the best. So I hope it's helped, and I'll see you guys soon.